and welcome to this press conference relating to India celebrating its first National Space Day. A warm welcome to our Chief Guest, Dr. Jitendra Singh, Honorable Union Minister of Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions, Minister of State Independent Charge of Science and Technology, Earth Sciences, PMO, Department of Space, Department of Atomic Energy. I also welcome Dr. Shantanu Bhatwadekar, I think I am pronouncing correct, sir? Bhatwadekar, Scientific Secretary to ISRO. I request Shri Shantanu Bhatwadekar, sir, to make his opening remarks.
Respected Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji, Minister of State, Department of Space, Shri Dhirendra Ojha Ji, all the distinguished members from the media. Today we have gathered here as Honorable MOS will be unveiling the curtain raiser for the maiden National Space Day, which will be celebrated on 23rd of August 2024 at Bharat Mandapam in the gracious presence of our Honorable President of India. As all of you know that on the August 23rd, 2023, you have witnessed the soft, precise and safe landing of the Chandrayaan lander Vikram on the lunar surface in the southern polar region of the moon. We became the fourth country to do so and the first country to do in the southern polar region. To commemorate this noteworthy feat, Honorable Prime Minister announced that every year the August 23rd should be celebrated as a National Space Day, so as to inspire the youth and also educate them about the progress of the space science and achievements of the space program. So with this remarks, I once again welcome and first request our Honorable MOS sir to give his address and then thank you.
You want to give a resume? You do what
Okay.
you wish to program. No formality. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'll just brief about the program. Since it is the maiden National Space Day, we almost had the nationwide celebrations during the month of July and August 2024. And the whole country was divided into 7 zones. And we also had the directives from the government that the National Space Day should also be celebrated as a national event. So it is not that ISRO event. So the other ministries, departments, NGOs, education institutions, they should be part of this and they should take the lead in celebrating the National Space Day. So we have coordinated and divided the entire country into 7 zones, and each of these zones have celebrated it. We had almost more than 1,000 plus events which were celebrated across the country. In terms of quiz competitions, painting competitions, open houses, discussions, also the space program related programs as well. And 2 key events what ISRO organized was the Bharatiya Antariksh Hackathon, wherein we have given 100 teams were selected primarily to give the new ideas, and we have given them the 12 challenges using the space science data, the navigation satellite data, the Chandrayaan data, what newer applications they can develop and solve the problems. After the ideation, the 30 teams were selected, and at the National Remote Sensing Center, Hyderabad, these 30 teams participated into 30 hours long marathon hackathon, and we have selected the 3 winners who could give the innovative solution, and they also will be awarded on 23rd in the presence of President of India. Another important event what we conducted about ISRO robotics, wherein also the engineering college students they have participated, and then they have made one rover, innovative rover. So there also we had the 10 teams, and out of them also 3 winners have been selected. Now, as far as the National Space Day is concerned, we are going to have the 1-day long program. So just to brief about the program as directed by MOS. In the morning, we'll have program inaugural session in the presence of Honorable President of India, where she will be first visiting the exhibition, where we have the participation from various ministries. We have almost 10 stalls of various ministries. We have 10 stalls from the industries who are exhibiting their products and whatever they have achieved in space, particularly after the space sector reforms were in place. And then we have the address by our secretary. Also, we'll be showcasing the video on the National Space Day, what we have done so far, how the Pan India events are organized. And then there will be prize distribution for these two events, and then there will be a big video of 5 to 7 minutes on the Vision 2047, which has been led by our Honorable Prime Minister. Then there will be an address by Honorable MOS and then Honorable President of India. Second session, we'll have the opening session, wherein we have the presence of MOS. We'll also be releasing the one report on the socio-economic impact of the Indian space program. I can't give much detail because it has to be released by Honorable MOS day after tomorrow. And then we'll also have the announcement on the release of Chandrayaan-3 data for the public as well as for various science institutions to do the analysis. And then, of course, we'll have the keynote speaker address. It will be by Dr. Saraswat. He'll be giving the keynote address. And then later on, we'll have the panel discussion sessions. First panel session is on the space-enabled governance and development. Second panel discussion is on space-enabled solution and citizen-centric applications. We also have one panel discussion on India academia in space, and then one panel discussion on the decadal vision, particularly with respect to the reforms in Indian policy. What is the decadal vision in terms of the Indian space economy? And then there will be a presentation on accomplishments by various startups who are now participating in a big way in the Indian space program. And then later on, we'll have one film on the Chandrayaan-3 and a dance performance also related to the moon. With that, we'll conclude the National Space Day. So this was just in a nutshell.
Now I request Honorable Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh Ji to address the conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shantanu. I think there's nothing much to add to what has already been said. As all of us know, on this day last year, the 23rd of August, India made history by landing one of its missions and becoming 21st in the world to have landed on the south pole of moon, Chandrayaan-3. And all of us, of course, watched it. The Prime Minister joined us from his overseas trip. Congratulated the scientists, and then also made the announcement that this date will be commemorated every year as National Space Day. And this significantly happens to be the first National Space Day being observed by us. And therefore, we wish to do it in a manner that is befitting of the occasion. And I would rather say that it's not only a day of celebration, it's also a day of reflection and retrospection, and also of a roadmap charting for the future. So we have also tried to formulate the program accordingly, given it an academic outlook with a futuristic vision. And as was being said by Dr. Shantanu, it's also an occasion to make the citizens aware, the youngsters particularly aware of the achievements done in the space sector in the last few years. And somehow, or rather I would go to the extent of saying that because the successful landing of Chandrayaan is not only the interest in space which has generated all across the country, certainly there is a huge amount of interest in science, technology, innovation, startup across the sectors. So, and to that extent, while we have stakeholders with space technology everywhere, because space technology is virtually entered every Indian household in one way or the other, I think even those who have no stake with space technology also feel involved in this, because it gives them a sense of esteem that it has put India as a frontline nation. So, in a way, this is an occasion which touches the heart of each and every citizen, regardless of whether he has anything to do with space technology or not. So, that also gives us an advantage and an opportunity to reach out to the citizens, they are very receptive to this, to what is happening or what's going to take place on this day. And as he said, with the new policy coming in, liberalization of the space sector, we have now made a quantum leap in the last 3-4 years. We were just one-digit startup, now we are nearly 300. And as the finance minister announced in our budget, we are going to be having a 5-time increase in the space economy over the next 10 years, from $8 billion to nearly $44 billion. So I think that's also a future vision for 2047, as space economy becomes an important component of the future Indian economy. And the sessions have also been very diligently worked out like that they cater to every section of society. And of course, India, under Prime Minister Modi, soon after this government came in, has also tried to involve space technology in sectoral development, whether it's the Ministry of Mark, whether it's agriculture. So virtually we are, that is quite different from many other countries. So I think there's a lot much to share. And of course, what makes big news every time is Gaganyaan. That's going to happen next year. And our immediate matter of pride is that one of our 4 astronauts is already there to accompany the expedition to the International Space Station. Wing Commander Shukla, who now of course got promoted to become Group Captain Shukla. And we have the other 3 counterparts, Group Captain Nayak, Group Captain Krishnan, Angad. And since Shukla was also having the advantage of being younger than the other 3, so that was also one of the reasons. And they're already there. And I think in the run-up to Gaganyaan, many events are going to happen in this year also, which also required somebody watch Shantanu, because the test flights have already started. And only yesterday I had a detailed meeting with the new naval chief, Admiral Tripathi, because they are equally involved in this, in rescuing our astronaut team. I would not even say rescuing, because rescuing is from a state of peril. I would say retrieving, so when they land back in waters. So it's going to be rather a whole of government exercise. We have naval guards, we have coastal guards. We will also have experts from the ocean sciences, the Ministry of Earth Sciences, and all of them are working in coordination. A number of trials have already happened. I think we are going to enter into one of the more glorious, and glad that all of us are going to be witness to this. In fact, when the Chandrayaan launching happened, and I was asked to make an announcement, I just spoke 3 sentences. I said it's a moment of glory for India and a moment of destiny for all of us sitting over here in Erikota, who had the privilege of watching this. So I wish all of you, though the timing is a little early, they have made slightly pre-poned it to I think 9:30, so reaching Bharat Mandapam is going to be slightly not inconvenient but less convenient exercise, but then they had certain other reasons because other events coming up after that. And usually the media fraternity works late night, so that we apologize in advance for that. And thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister Sir. Now floor is open for questions related to Space Day, National Space Day. We request our media friends to introduce themselves and ask their questions.
Jacob Koshi from The Hindu. So the original plan was that the Rashtriya Vigyan Puraskar Awards were to be given on National Space Day, but now it has been preponed by a day as we understand. So what is the reason for this?
No, there's no big issue regarding that. In fact, we always wanted that the 2 events should happen separately. So our constraint as far as the National Space Day is concerned, that this date is sacrosanct, 23rd, so we can't change it. And there were certain issues related to the availability of the Rashtrapati, because the national awards of this nature are always handed over by the Rashtrapati, whether it's sport award or those Kirti Chakra awards or the awards related to culture and INB. So this also falls in the same category. So as per tradition, they had to be handed over by the Prime Minister, by the Rashtrapati. So it was just trying to seek Rashtrapati's convenient time. So we were.
Will this be a permanent feature now?
So we actually were trying to follow it up with the Rashtrapati staff, Rashtrapati staff, and finally they conveyed to us that the Rashtrapati could be available on 22nd. So the date was decided by their convenient. Of course, next year onward we'll have a fixed date for this also. The National Technology Day will be the day where you have the awards. So we'll have a permanent date. Now, since this year we couldn't have it on the National Technology Day because the awards were being in the process of finalized, so they were finalized afterwards. And already it has got date. Then meanwhile the election code of conduct came. So these awards which are already due are now being handed over the 22nd. But next time we'll have it at the National Technology Day as an annual feature. So the two dates being different.
127, Piyush.
सर, मैं पीयूष पांडे हूँ, TV9 भारतवर्ष से। मेरी गुजारिश ये है आपसे कि आप एक बार राष्ट्रीय अंतरिक्ष दिवस के बारे में हिंदी में थोड़ी सी जानकारी दे दें। और मेरा सवाल ये है कि चंद्रयान 4 और चंद्रयान 5 को लेकर के भी तैयारियां चल रही हैं, इसके बारे में भी थोड़ी सी जानकारी दीजिए।
अब आप ये जितनी आपकी वार्ता है इसको हिंदी में अनुवाद करके वो बता सकेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा, थोड़ा बहुत कार्यक्रम के बारे में, लेकिन जो बाइलिंगुअल है वो बोर ना हो जाए, थोड़ा संक्षेप में। एंड चंद्रयान 4 के बारे में बता।
तो जैसा मैं पहले बता रहा था कि जो नेशनल स्पेस डे है, ये जो चंद्रयान 3 विक्रम लैंडर का
राष्ट्रीय अंतरिक्ष दिवस,
हाँ राष्ट्रीय अंतरिक्ष दिवस जो है, वो चंद्रयान 3 का जो लैंडर विक्रम लैंडर का लैंडिंग हुआ था लूनर साउथ पोल में, उसको सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने अगस्त 23 को हर साल एक राष्ट्रीय स्पेस दिवस, नेशनल स्पेस डे के रूप में मनाया जाएगा, ऐसी एक घोषणा की थी। और चूंकि ये पहला नेशनल स्पेस डे था, मेडन स्पेस डे, तो हमको ऐसा कहा गया कि इसको पूरे नेशन ने साथ में मिलके मनाना चाहिए, एक ये सिर्फ इसरो का इवेंट नहीं होना चाहिए। इसीलिए हमने जितने भी एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं, बाकी जितने मंत्रालय हैं, विभाग हैं, उनके साथ में कोऑपरेट किया, इंक्लूडिंग NGOs, स्कूल्स, इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेजेस, IITs, और उन्होंने जो है इसको पूरे राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर जो है इसरो के बिहाफ पे सेलिब्रेट किया। इसरो वॉज टेकिंग द बैक सीट, इनफैक्ट दे वर टेकिंग द मेन सीट। और 1000 से ज़्यादा इस तरह की जो इवेंट्स हैं पूरे देश में ऑर्गेनाइज किए गए। और मैं बता रहा था कि दो जो मेन इवेंट जो अट्रैक्शन रहे, एक हमने भारतीय अंतरिक्ष हैकाथॉन किया था कॉलेज स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, जिसमें 12 तरह के चैलेंजेस उन स्टूडेंट्स को दिए गए थे। कुछ चंद्रयान 3 डाटा का यूज़ करके थे, कुछ नेविगेशन सैटेलाइट डाटा यूज़ करके थे, कुछ हमारे हाई रिजोल्यूशन अर्थ ऑब्जर्वेशन सैटेलाइट्स हैं उनका डाटा दिया गया था। और अलग अलग तरह की प्रॉब्लम्स दी कि सपोज एक ट्रैफिक सिमुलेट कीजिए सिटी के अंदर, तो आप उसको अगर ट्रैफिक है अलग अलग इसमें, तो आप कैसे सिमुलेट करके बता सकते हैं कि बेटर प्लानिंग कैसे होना चाहिए। और ये सारा कोडिंग जो है उनको सिर्फ 30 घंटे का टाइम दिया था, नॉन स्टॉप 30 आवर्स देयर टू वर्क, और उसको पूरे को एक उनको इनोवेटिव सॉल्यूशन लेके आना है। तो उसमें 3 इस तरह की टीम को जो है सिलेक्ट किया गया है, द विनर्स, जिनको सम्मानित किया जाएगा। और ऐसे ही हमने एक रोबोटिक्स चैलेंज किया था, जिसमें उनको एक चैलेंज दिया था कि आप रोवर बनाइए, लाइट वेट रोवर, जो कि फ्यूचर में कभी किसी मिशन के साथ में कोई नया कंसेप्ट लेके स्टूडेंट बनाए, तो उनके में भी 3 विनर्स को सिलेक्ट किया गया। और मैं पहले ही बता चुका हूँ कि जो पूरा इवेंट है ये 1 दिन का इवेंट है, जिसमें 3 सेशंस होंगे। इनॉग्रेशन सेशन जिसमें माननीय राष्ट्रपति जी उपस्थित होंगी, और दूसरे सेशन माननीय MOS के साथ में, और दूसरे सेशन में MOS शर्मा साहब में रहेंगे, वो ओपनिंग सेशन रहेगा। और जिसमें कुछ रिलीजेस हैं, सोशियो इकोनॉमिक इम्पैक्ट ऑफ इंडियन स्पेस प्रोग्राम, एक स्टडी का रिपोर्ट का जो है रिलीज़ किया जाएगा। और दूसरी जो है वो चंद्रयान 3 का डाटा जो है पूरी कंट्री के लिए, एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूट्स के लिए, साइंटिस्ट के लिए उसको रिलीज किया जाएगा। उसके बाद में जो 4 सेशंस हैं वो टेक्निकल सेशंस हैं, पैनल डिस्कशन होगा सारी जो ऑडियंस है उसको बताने के लिए कि जो स्पेस इनेबल्ड या स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी है वो गवर्नेंस में और डेवलपमेंट में कैसे यूज़ करती है, उसमें पैनल डिस्कशन है। दूसरा, स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी जो सॉल्यूशन देती है कॉमन सिटीजन्स के लिए, उसके ऊपर सेशन है। और बाकी 2 सेशंस जो हैं, एक डिकेडल प्लान के ऊपर है इंडस्ट्रीज़ के लिए, और एक इंडस्ट्री खुद प्रेजेंटेशन करेंगी कि जो स्पेस सेक्टर रिफॉर्म्स के बाद में उन्होंने क्या क्या अभी तक एकम्प्लिश किया है। तो ये जो है वो नेशनल स्पेस डे जो है उसका ब्रीफ था। जहाँ तक आपने चंद्रयान 4 और चंद्रयान 5 के बारे में पूछा है, तो चंद्रयान 4 का भी हमने कन्फिगरेशन किया है, इनका भी गवर्नमेंट अप्रूवल होना है। लेकिन चंद्रयान 4 जो है एक सैंपल रिटर्न मिशन होगा, जिसमें कि असेंडर और डिसेंडर मॉड्यूल, 2 मॉड्यूल जाएंगे, वो चंद्रमा की सतह पर लैंड करेंगे जैसे अपना विक्रम लैंडर ने किया था। लेकिन इस बार वहाँ से जो सैंपल है रोबोटिक आर्म्स के द्वारा, वो सैंपल्स को इकट्ठे किया जाएगा, उसको वापस एक असेंडर मॉड्यूल में ला के देन उसको वापस पृथ्वी के ऊपर लाया जाएगा। तो इट इज़ कॉल्ड ए सैंपल रिटर्न मिशन। और जो चंद्रयान 5 है, ये जो हमारा काम चल रहा है, एक जापान की एजेंसी जेक्सा उसके साथ में भी है। तो उसमें जो लैंडर है वो हमारा खुद का है, इंडियन लैंडर। लेकिन उसके साथ में जो रोवर जाएगा वो करीब करीब 350 किलो का है। उनमें जो चंद्रयान के साथ में लैंडर गया था वो 15 से 20 किलो का था, लेकिन इसके साथ में जो लैंडर जाएगा वो करीब 350 kg का रोवर है। तो आप सोच सकते हैं कि जो लैंडर की कैपेबिलिटी है टेक्नोलॉजिकली, किस कैपेबिलिटी का लैंडर बना है। तो वो जो मिशन चल रहा है, और वो जो मून के ऊपर जो PSR रीजन होते हैं, परमानेंटली शेडोड रीजन, जहाँ सूर्य का प्रकाश नहीं आता है, उस एरिया को वो जो स्टडी
95 बताइए, बोलिए। आप अपने आप को इंट्रोड्यूस करें प्लीज।
This is Harsha from Republic TV. So my question is that what is the set deadline for the Gaganyaan mission? And not only the Gaganyaan mission, so the space agency was set to launch several missions, which was also to set few satellites, high throughput satellites, and also the GSAT, which was supposed to be shipped to the US for the Space Falcon rocket mission. What is the status on it, sir?
No, I think as far as Gaganyaan is concerned, of course, we missed the deadline because of COVID, for the reasons beyond our control. Certain imponderables coming up because nobody could have foreseen the pandemic happening. So otherwise, we had very ambitiously planned it to be around the 75th anniversary of India's independence. So that could happen actually right when the lockdown took place. Our astronauts were undergoing a training session in Russia, the Gregory Institute, so they had to be called back. So that the Russian stint of training and the Indian stint of training, the different modules, and then it had to be resumed after the pandemic subsided. So whole thing went back by number of months, almost 1 year. Then it was resumed again. Then the selection of astronauts was also to take place. So that also happened in stages. And then the Indian module of training happened. So now we have set a new timeline, according to which our test flights have already started. 1 or 2 test flights have already taken place. Because you see, when we are sending a mission as glorious as Gaganyaan, which is also as sensitive as it is, because we are sending Indian humans into that. So we have to be very confident about sending them up safely and also retrieving the mission back with equal safety. So number of test flights have to be undertaken before we finally have the confidence of sending it. So 1 or 2 flights have already taken place. And as I was saying, we are now also coordinating with the Indian Navy and the Coastal Guards. And before the final, we'll send a robo flight. It is like a dress rehearsal, full dress rehearsal as you have of the Republic Day. So we will not be sending a live human being, but we will send a robo human being, which is going to be incidentally a female. She's been named Vayomitra. So she would be going up performing all those tasks which are actually to be expected to be performed by the actual human astronauts when they go up. And after she accomplishes that, then she comes back, she would be, the entire mission would be retrieved in the same manner as it's going to happen finally. And once we are sure that we have done that successfully, which I'm confident we will be able to do, because the preparations are taking place with such a great precision and such a great perfection, which I think is more than many other countries undertake. After that, then we will be sending. So I think this Vayomitra mission may happen somewhere in 2025, in the earlier months, and in the later months, then the final Gaganyaan. And as per our revised schedule, I think the other two important deadlines is setting up of a space station, Indian space station, which will be known as Bharatiya Antariksh Station. And that will be around 2035. And if all goes well as we have planned, then finally maybe an Indian lands on the surface of Moon by 2040.
95 इसके बाद
नमस्कार सिंह साहब, पल्लव बागला, साइंस एडिटर एनडीटीवी। सर, दो सवाल आपसे, और प्लीज दोनों को डक नहीं करना। पहला सवाल, इसरो से बहुत उम्मीद है, हिंदुस्तान को भी और दुनिया को भी। आपने कहा ये टाइम रिफ्लेक्शन का है और आगे के रोड मैप बनाने का। तो आपकी तरफ से क्या उम्मीद है इसरो से आपको? Are you happy with them? You're unhappy with them? Simple question. Second question, you spoke about Group Captain Shukla going to the International Space Station. As today, we have an Indian origin astronaut, Sunita Williams, at the International Space Station, also with Gujarati blood in her. As the minister looking after space, any message for astronaut Sunita Williams, whose stay at the International Space Station is extended beyond the 8-day mission? Don't duck the second one.
See, Pallav Bagla is always quite confident and sure that his questions are going to be ducked. Because he frames them in that manner. But nevertheless, I think these are very comfortable questions. Of course, I think there is no reason to be unhappy about what ISRO is doing. As I said, not only those who have direct stakes with space technology, even those who do not have any stake, may not be much aware of what space technology is all about, feel a sense of esteem. And I think now is one of the better times happening, because we never had a dearth of talent. You see those pictures, the archives of Sarabhai carrying his baggage on the carrier of a bicycle. I mean, there was so much constraint of resources. So again, thanks to Prime Minister Modi. As I said, when the launch happened, I said thanks team ISRO for making this happen, and thanks PM Modi for unlocking the gates of Sriharikota. We had not less than 1,000 media persons watching that launch. That was an area barred from entry. And we had thousands of spectators. And now there's a huge amount of private sector investment happening. That is what gives the confidence for us to talk about space economy, and that is, I think, what reflected in the finance minister's speech, that we will go up 5 times in 10 years. Because now we have a huge resource pooling happening, and some of the wonderful startups. The earlier one, Skyroot has set up a private rocket factory, which I think many of us, if have an opportunity to visit, we must see, just close to Hyderabad airport. The other one has set up a private, now we have a private launch pad in ISRO premises, which could never have been imagined till a few years ago. So now we are now following the global strategies. When we always used to talk in terms of comparison with NASA. कि क्या बड़ा काम किया, वो तो 1969 में पहुंच गए थे. Without realizing that NASA has 70-80% of resource from non-government sources. Now we are moving in that direction. And when the National Research Foundation happens, it's already been constituted, it's not fully functional. I think it will be further moving in that direction. And second, of course, Sunita Williams, of course, is there. Everybody takes pride. It's been said time and again. So also Rakesh Sharma was the first Indian way back early 1980s. But the difference now is that this is going to be an indigenous mission. Even the human mission is going to be indigenous because Rakesh mission was Soviet mission. And Sunita was also facilitated by the other sources, though she is a daughter of the soil. So that's gives us an idea. My message is almost the same as yours. He is doing good for the space sector, for the world, and making all of us proud.
275 Sagar.
So, do we have any tentative date or time for
आप अपना परिचय भी दे दीजिए
Sagar
सागर.
Kulkarni from PTI? So, I would like to know whether there is a tentative timeline for the Indian astronaut to travel to the ISS, International Space Station.
I don't think the date has been.
That will happen, that will not happen at least before April 2025.
Earlier they were planning, they said, not before October. ये कहा because I mean, they are still doing some exercise, which means either by the year end or beginning of next year.
So good afternoon, this is Sanjay Agar from World News. My question is to Shantanu sir. So you talked about Rakesh Sharma. So everybody remembers him. So is there any surprise element other than the President of India that he's going to be there or anything? You're honoring him or something? Actually, no, honoring Rakesh Sharma, the first man on the space
During this,
during this event, National Space Day.
no, that is not in the plan, but Rakesh Sharma ji is with us.
Right, sir.
Even for the entire Gaganyaan program, he is one of our main guide. So that's why
He continues to be
Continues to be
now based
associated
out of
with us.
Bengaluru.
But not a formal program is not planned.
Thank you, sir.
273. In fact, he maintained a good comradeship. In fact, those of the astronauts, the Soviet mission who accompanied him, they keep visiting him.
Great.
Thank you, sir. I am Sagar. I run a Sagar Media Company. So my question is that in a space program,